The story of Samson is an old one, passed down through generations. It takes place long ago in a time of heroes and battles where legends were born and history was made. Samson was special. He was chosen by God to be a leader for his people, the Israelites, a beacon of hope in their darkest times. God gave Samson amazing strength, a gift that set him apart from all others. He could do things that normal men could only dream of, like tearing apart a lion with his bare hands or lifting gates of a city. Samson used his strength to protect his people from their enemies, the Philistines, who were a constant threat to the Israelites. He fought them off and kept them at bay, ensuring the safety and freedom of his people. The people were amazed by Samson, their admiration growing with each incredible feat he performed. They told stories of his feats of strength, passing down tales of his bravery and power from one generation to the next. They knew that God was with him, that his strength was a divine gift meant to protect and guide them. They knew that as long as Samson was there, they were safe, for he was their guardian, their hero, and their protector. Even today, the legacy of Samson lives on, a testament to the incredible strength and unwavering faith that defined his life. His story continues to inspire, reminding us of the power of faith and the extraordinary potential within us all. Samson's strength wasn't just luck, it was a divine gift, bestowed upon him by the Almighty. This extraordinary strength was a gift from God, a blessing that set him apart from ordinary men. But this divine gift came with a solemn promise, a sacred covenant that Samson had to uphold. Samson had to make a vow, a sacred promise to God, a commitment that would define his life and his destiny. He couldn't cut his hair, for his uncut hair was the physical manifestation of his vow. His long, flowing hair was a symbol of his dedication to God, a visible sign of his unwavering faith and commitment. It was a sign of his strength, a testament to the power that God had granted him. Samson knew the importance of his vow. He understood that his strength was not his own, but a gift from God. He kept it close to his heart, always mindful of the promise he had made, the sacred bond that connected him to the divine. He knew that his strength came from God, and that God's favor was upon him, as long as he remained true to his vow. As long as he kept his vow, he would be safe, he would be strong. His strength and safety were intertwined with his faith and his promise to God. The Philistines were afraid of Samson. They wanted him gone. They wanted their land back. They knew they couldn't defeat him in a fair fight, so they came up with a plan to use Samson's weakness against him. They knew Samson had a weakness for women. They found a woman named Delilah. She was beautiful and charming. The Philistines offered Delilah a reward. They told her, "Find out the secret of Samson's strength. Tell us, and we will make you rich." The price of betrayal, Delilah agreed. She went to Samson pretending to love him. She showered him with affection and sweet words. Samson, blinded by her beauty and charm, fell for her trap. Day after day, Delilah would ask Samson, "What is the secret of your strength? What makes you so powerful?" Samson at first resisted. He knew he couldn't reveal his secret, but Delilah was persistent. She wore down his defenses, chipped away at his resolve. She made him believe she loved him. She made him believe she was on his side. The blind leading the blind. Finally, Samson gave in. He told Delilah his secret. "It's my hair," he confessed. "If my hair is cut, I will lose my strength." Delilah knew she had him. She waited until he was asleep, his guard down, his heart open. She called for the Philistines. They came in the night and shaved off Samson's hair. Samson, stripped of his strength, was helpless. The Philistines captured him. They blinded him, taking away his sight, and threw him in prison. A prayer for vengeance. Samson was a prisoner. He was weak, blind and alone. His enemies mocked him. They paraded him around as a trophy of their victory. But Samson, even in his darkest hour, remembered God. He prayed. He prayed for forgiveness. He prayed for strength. He prayed for revenge. God heard his prayer. God wasn't done with Samson. God had one more task for him to fulfill. Finding strength in weakness. The Philistines held a great feast to celebrate their victory over Samson. They gathered in a grand hall filled with laughter and music, toasting to their triumph. They brought him out, a prisoner in chains, to entertain them. Samson, once a mighty warrior, now stood before them, bound and humiliated. They laughed at him, mocked him, ridiculed him. The crowd jeered, finding joy in his downfall, unaware of the power that lay dormant within him. They didn't realize that Samson's hair had grown back. With each passing day, his strength was quietly returning, unnoticed by his captors. They didn't realize that God's strength was returning to him. In his heart, Samson felt a renewed connection to his divine purpose, a spark of hope igniting within him. Samson, feeling God's power surge through him, pushed against the pillars that held up the roof of the temple. The pillars crumbled, the roof collapsed. In that moment, he summoned all his remaining strength, channeling it into a final desperate act. The temple came crashing down, burying Samson and the Philistines in a pile of rubble. The once grand hall was reduced to ruins, a testament to the power of faith and determination. Samson, in his final act, had defeated his enemies. Though he perished, he took with him the very people who had sought to destroy him. He had fulfilled his promise to God. In his last moments, he found solace in knowing he had not failed his divine mission. He had found strength in his weakness. Through his suffering and ultimate sacrifice, Samson's story became a powerful reminder that true strength often emerges from our deepest vulnerabilities.